Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Council's Tuesday, December 7th session. We will begin this morning with a proclamation recognizing the Office of Consumer Protection's 50th anniversary. I'm so proud to be joined by County Executive Elridge and Councilmember Katz. I'll just say at the beginning how important the work of Eric Friedman and his whole staff is to everyone in the county. Consumer issues have been really important to me for a very long time. The first campaign I ever worked on, I was going door to door to fight to prevent electric ratepayers from being stuck with the stranded costs of a failed nuclear reactor that never came online. And I've tried to stay involved ever since, including working 3 years at the U.S. Consumer Protection Product Safety Commission on the saferproducts.gov website, which everybody should check out if you haven't. We have such a sort of under-recognized powerhouse in the Office of Consumer Protection. They punch way above their weight. They protect hundreds and thousands of consumers each year, and they're one of only two in the state, Howard County and Montgomery County. And I've really been grateful to Eric and his staff's work on so many bills that I had sponsored at the state level and at the county level, and for so much great constituent service that they provide. I just wanted to add that at the beginning because I had to miss the event yesterday, but I'm really grateful to you, Eric, for all your work and your staffs, and really want to wish you all the best on your 50th anniversary. Looking forward to the next 50 years. County Executive.
So I want to start by thanking Erica. You've led this office since 2007. I was looking at the original news release about the creation of this office. It was the first, I think one of the first things that was done by the new council and executive when this office was created by them. And the county council's stated goal at the time was to strike a blow on behalf of each and every citizen of Montgomery County. And I think everybody can agree that in 5 decades, the Office of Consumer Protection has met and exceeded that goal. I think of all the issues you've been in, the folks you've worked with, I think, the thing we remember, most recently was this whole battle over predatory towing and, how people were just getting nailed for stopping and leaving the car for a minute and, inadequate signage. All these things that, had infuriated residents, and you were able to come in and help us get that situation righted. You got national attention for that, and it was well-deserved, and it was a problem nationwide. And so the work you were able to do here helped model actions for other jurisdictions. You've enforced laws that prohibit unfair trade and deceptive trade practices, and you've worked to maintain a fair marketplace for consumers and merchants. You have an investigative arm. You've enacted, administered, and enforced the first local laws in the county requiring each newly constructed home to be covered by a warranty program. This was a big problem with people buying homes and discovering there were problems and finding there was actually no warranty on a home. And I can just imagine spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in my house and then discovering that nothing in that house was warranted. So that was an amazing step forward. And you've helped resolve thousands of individual complaints, return millions of dollars to consumers. You've initiated lawsuits or legal actions on behalf of consumers against an auto dealership, a plumbing firm, and new home builders. And the Office of Consumer Protection protects more than residents. It's also offered free mediation services for businesses to resolve disputes with other businesses. So now we've entrusted oversight of the public financing program for candidates seeking office to the Office of Consumer Protection. You've got a lot on your plate. Your people are always busy. But I really appreciate the work you do. You've been a champion for all of the county's diverse residents. You've educated and protected our senior citizens, and you've helped those who could not help themselves when it comes to dealing with unfair merchants and trying to fight off scams. We are really fortunate to be one of the few local governments in America and one of two in the state of Maryland that operates its own consumer protection operation that has a record of achievement like your office does. So I want to thank you for your service, your leadership, and I want to thank the entire office for 50 years of protecting Montgomery County citizens.
Well, thank you, Council President and County Executive. And I, too, am truly honored, and it's really a pleasure to present this proclamation along with both of you to the Office of Consumer Protection for their 50th anniversary. It was established in 1971, as was mentioned. It always concerns me that 1971 is already 50 years ago. It didn't take long for that to happen, it seems. But they were established to enforce consumer protection laws, which prohibit unfair and deceptive business practices, and to ensure a fair marketplace for all consumers and businesses. And I think it's important to recognize that they also are supportive of businesses that are not doing the wrong things. And that is also helpful to all of us, to those businesses and to the consumers. There are numerous activities to help residents include, as has been mentioned, complaint resolution, business registration, law enforcement, education, legislation, advocacy, and an outreach to vulnerable consumers. During the pandemic, they provided alerts and information regarding the pandemic-related consumer scams, and unfortunately, there are plenty of those, and altered consumer and restaurants and alerted consumers and restaurants about the costly fee structure of major food delivery apps. The office obviously has won national awards, and they should. And we're so proud and fortunate to have them as a part of Montgomery County government. I'd like to especially thank my friend and director, Eric Friedman, for his leadership with a sense of humor. And any of you, and we've put on several seminars where Eric and his team have come and spoken to groups, and they do it in a very informative, but also a very interesting way. They have great professionalism, and their hard work leading the office shows each and every day. So to Eric Friedman, who truly embodies what it means to be a public servant, and we thank him and his entire team, and we need to underline both for their dedication to the residents and businesses of Montgomery County. And with that, Eric, we're going to turn it back. We're going to turn it over to you if you have a few words to say, and then the council president and county executive and I actually are going to read a proclamation.
Well, thank you so much. This is truly a team effort. We could not have done what we've been doing for the last 50 years, but for the support of the county council and the county executive's office. We recognize that we cannot rest on our reputation for the next 50 years. And we're grateful that we have such a vibrant and active consumer protection office in Montgomery County. It adds to the quality of life for everyone, residents, merchants, to maintain integrity in our marketplace. We've always loved the phrase punching above our weight. And maybe we should have made punching bags part of our logo, but we didn't. Well, it is a handshake, because we all know that trust is the underpinning of every consumer transaction, whether you have a handshake or a 100-page written contract. But again, the marketplace is changing so rapidly, we have to keep up with the scams, and the only way we can do it is as a team effort. We're blessed to have such dedicated investigators in our office, and we're so grateful to have the support of the county council and the county executive's office. Thank you so much.
Stop by my office, Eric, for a little prep.
Wow.
Okay.
And with that, I guess we should begin with the fellow with the punching bag there. Council President, why don't you lead off the proclamation, then we'll go to the county exec, and then me, and then we'll rotate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well-deserved, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. This is a proclamation from Montgomery County, Maryland, whereas in 1971, Montgomery County's newly created county council unanimously enacted Bill 271 to establish Montgomery County's Office of Consumer Affairs to eliminate consumer fraud and deceptive and unfair trade practices. And
whereas the Office of Consumer Affairs first opened its doors to the public on December 6, 1971, was renamed the Office of Consumer Protection, or the OCP, in 2006, and is a civil law enforcement principal agency within Montgomery County's public safety cluster of departments. And
Whereas during the past 50 years, the OCP has investigated and resolved thousands of marketplace disputes, identified and issued hundreds of alerts to consumers and merchants regarding deceptive trade practices and scams, provided consumer education in multiple languages, enforced several laws covering new home builders, auto repair and towing firms, radon disclosure, home sales contracts, domestic worker contracts, energy and environmental issues, emergency medical transport service fees, and most recently, public campaign financing and election fund information services. And
whereas the OCP has received national recognition and media attention, being quoted in the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, U.S. News and World Report, and appearing on NBC's Today Show and Dateline, ABC's 2020 and Primetime Live, CBS's Good Morning America and 48 Hours, and National Public Radio. And
whereas as a local government consumer protection agency working in collaboration with the Maryland Attorney General's office and other county, state, and federal departments and nonprofit agencies, the OCP strives to provide the highest level of customer service dedicated to ensuring integrity in our marketplace with dedicated, driven, and steadfast staff and volunteers who have and continue to provide stability, reliability, and service to Montgomery County residents.
now therefore be it resolved that County Council President Tom Hucker, County Executive Mark Elridge, and Sidney Katz as council member of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby recognize and honor the Office of Consumer Protection for 50 years of service for its dedication to providing solutions to the needs of local consumers and merchants by declaring the first week of December Local Consumer Protection Week. And it's signed today. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do.
Indeed.
thank you so much. We're not going to wait 50 years to give you your next award.
Thanks.
Okay, next, thanks everybody. Next, we'll have a proclamation recognizing the work of Jane Park from Impact Silver Spring by the full council and led by Councilmember Jawando. Councilmember Jawando.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone, and good to see our good friend Jane Park, who we all love so much that we had to absolutely share this this proclamation and recognition with the entire council. It's bittersweet that we're presenting this proclamation to Jane, honoring her as she retires from Impact Silver Spring as their executive director. Let me first say to you, Jane, and to your family, we've known you for a long time. Personally, the Jawandos and your husband and I are both alums, as well as Michelle, of the Congress and the Senate, and you've been a trusted advisor to us, to me personally and professionally, and to the entire council in various situations. Just not only separate and apart from your organizing and the great work you've done at Impact. Jane is an innovative thought leader. And since she joined the organization in 2014, her leadership and efforts have helped elevate Impact's ongoing advocacy, which was already doing quite a bit, and making real progress on addressing systemic racial and economic challenges in our county. And this is important work, and you've been up to the task. Some of the long list of accomplishments that you have, it's too long to list, but I'm going to mention just one in particular. You have been critical, and it's auspicious that we're doing this today, in working with us to develop our guaranteed income pilot that we just was put out of the HHS committee yesterday. You provided valuable insight in the strategies for the outreach and the design and how we would do community engagement in every part of Montgomery County. So we want to thank you and honor you today for all of your great work in Montgomery County and around this area, really, because it hasn't just touched Montgomery County, it touched Prince George's and DC and Baltimore. You've been an impact in the whole region. And while we know you're retiring from this role, we hope you get some rest and that you'll still, as a resident, work with us for a more equitable Montgomery County. So I'm going to read the proclamation, and Council President, if you want, we can trade off if you'd like to read it with me. And then if you could moderate any council members that would like to make remarks after we read the proclamation. So do you have it up? I'll make sure you have it up. Okay. And you're on mute.
I do. Thank you. Yep.
No problem. All right. Proclamation of Montgomery County Council. Whereas Ms. Jane Park has served as the Executive Director of Impact Silver Spring since 2014, bringing her extensive background and experience in the nonprofit and philanthropic sectors throughout the Washington metropolitan area to the organization. And
whereas during her time as Executive Director, Ms. Park brought innovative change to Impact Silver Spring's core foundation and outreach efforts that have helped to build a more fair and equitable community for Montgomery County residents. And
whereas under her thoughtful leadership, Impact Silver Spring built community-based networks in diverse neighborhoods with the goal of transforming neighborhood culture from one of isolation, division, and mistrust to one of connection, mutual understanding, and a sense of belonging. And
any other council members want to jump in here? You can.
Yeah. They probably don't have it pulled up, but yes.
Okay. You want me to keep going? Whereas her leadership and dedicated efforts have helped further elevate Impact Silver Spring's ongoing advocacy and work in making systemic racial and economic change in Montgomery County. And
whereas Ms. Park has also been an invaluable asset in the initial development of our Guaranteed Income Pilot program in Montgomery County. Her expertise in community engagement has been extremely important in shaping the framework and outreach strategies for the pilot program. And
whereas Ms. Park's legacy of innovative leadership and community transformation sets a standard that will be followed for years to come.
Now, therefore, be resolved, the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby extends best wishes and heartfelt thanks to Ms. Jane Park as she begins her next chapter, and be it further resolved that we share our deepest gratitude for the valuable impact she has made throughout Montgomery County. Presented this day, the 7th of September in the year 2021, signed by myself, Council President Hucker, on behalf of the entire council. Jane, we love you very much, and you're going to have to hold off and hear from other council members before you can respond. So, Councilmember President, I turn it over to you for that.
Sure. Thank you. I didn't prepare anything, but Jane, we met so long ago when you were in your previous role, and I remember the first day you took over Impact Silver Spring and how I felt so proud and confident that you were going to really transform the place, and you've absolutely done that. You've done such tremendous work, not just for the residents of Silver Spring, but for the whole county, and you were ahead of your time. I mean, under Council President Navarro, everybody knows we passed a racial equity and social justice resolution, and now we're just receiving the regulations for it. You're ahead of your time. You were doing that work and laying that groundwork and having those difficult conversations years ago that I'm sure led to this national conversation that we've all welcomed, and the commitment that this council made unanimously to do that work. But as the bumper sticker says, if the people lead, the leaders will follow. And you've been leading in this space for a very long time. And I'm really grateful for all your help and partnership. Council Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I first met Jane when we participated together in the short-lived but very impactful Rawlings Fellowship at the University of Maryland. And I was struck almost immediately by her peacemaking ability and her humility, but her ability to build bridges among some really diverse groups of people, including some really strong leaders with very strong personalities. Jane has just done an absolutely outstanding job in her capacity in Impact in Silver Spring, but more importantly, in her capacity just as the community as a whole. You are just a model of everything that's good in Montgomery County, Jane, and I know that you're going to continue to stay committed. I hope you are going to continue to stay committed because we still need your help in so many different areas. But congratulations to you on this important recognition. We are all better off because of you. Thanks.
Councilmember Novato.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Councilmember Jawando, for bringing this up. So, Jane, I have to say, one of the most, in my opinion, challenging things to do is to be at the helm of an organization that is a wonderful organization and just take it to that next level. And Impact Silver Spring has done so much for our county. Once upon a time when I wasn't even thinking about running for anything, I participated in the leadership program Impact Silver Spring under Frankie Blackburn. It was just launched. And back then, many of those principles, many of those values that were established, in a time when there were people saying, oh, no, these issues are not a big deal, or you're ahead of your time and things like that, have proven to be so critical for our county. And Impact Silver Spring has been there during each and every chapter of this extraordinary story of Montgomery County. And so when I think back of, at a time when we were launching things like the community action teams, working in Wheaton and Connecticut Avenue Estates and bringing Impact Silver Spring to say, it's not just about code enforcement, it's also about building community. And then literally 6 months later, seeing the community coming together to do cleanups and to celebrate, a community that was deeply divided with a lot of naysayers, right? That were very angry because they kept saying, well, why are we bringing in an organization? We need code enforcement. And that ability to understand and recognize that even in Montgomery County, a place that is so amazing, that we do have a lot of challenges of that sort at the community level, and that Impact Silver Spring always stepped in a very thoughtful way, was able always to just create those bridges. When I think about the work on racial equity and social justice, again, something that started, that was part of the ethos of Impact Silver Spring, even in that time, 20 something years ago, when I was doing that leadership program with people like Manny Hidalgo, that you were able to take that on again and gave it life to the point that now we have this legislation. Again, speaks volumes for something that is very challenging, which is to, again, lead an organization to that next level. You have always understood what are those needs, what are the horizon issues, and always stepped in there. So I just salute you because your impact is felt in every level of our county, and you have laid a foundation that is only going to help, again, transition us to a next level, but really to a level that hopefully, in my humble wish for our county, continues to build those bridges, continues to provide a space, a container, as Impact used to always say, a container for people to come in and be able to be vulnerable and at the same time find those common connections. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We salute you and we wish you all the best. And of course, stay connected because we are going to need you now more than ever.
Councilmember Glass.
Thank you, Mr. President. Jane, it is so good to see you this morning. And I too appreciate Councilmember Jawando for inviting you to honor you this morning for everything that you've been doing. Impact and you are incredible catalysts for change. And whether it is the English language circles that take place, the entrepreneurial collaboratives that you support, or the community gardens that I've helped you grow here in Montgomery County, you and the organization are keeping county services focused on those who need those services. You're not so much lending a voice, but you're providing a space for those to share their voice. And for that, I am most appreciative. And, I'll just say that you lead by example and you lead by your heart. And I look forward to continue seeing your leadership here in the county. And I know that Impact will continue doing great things. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Councilmember Katz.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And, I have to tell you that I was always aware of Impact Silver Spring. It's obviously not in the district where I live and represent, but I certainly go to Silver Spring and was certainly aware of them. But I really became aware of them and you, Jane, over the last several years. And in one way, I understand why you're called Impact Silver Spring. But another way, they might want to think about changing their name to Impact Montgomery County, because that's what you do. We are in different districts, sort of, in political districts on the county council. but we're really not. We are one Montgomery County. And what affects one, I always call it their family, what affects one member of their family affects every member of their family. And you and your organization have proven that time and time, pretty much every day, again, because that is what you do. And for that, we sincerely thank you for everything that you've done and your organization has done. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I turn it back to you.
Thank you, Councilmember Katz. Councilmember Rice.
Well, thank you very much. And a lot has already been said, but let me just say, Jane, that a tremendous leader is one that knows that when they step away from an organization, that the organization will continue to prosper and do great things. And I know that you step away knowing that that is the case with Impact Silver Spring. And while it is with a heavy heart, I'm sure that you step away because you've invested so much in the organization. You know that the organization is set up well to continue to do great things and great work. And so I just really want to thank you for that, because legacies matter. Legacies are incredibly important to continue building on all of the great things you've done, focusing on racial and social justice, making sure that there's economic empowerment. Those are all things that are incredibly important as we try to really undo the systemic racism that we've seen in this country for so long across so many sectors, right? And, it's oftentimes not talked about our Asian and Pacific Islander community and the racism and the challenges that they've experienced as well, and continuing to lift that up in concert with the other challenges that we've seen in our community is incredibly important. So I appreciate you for that, and for really ensuring that my home, where I was born and raised in Silver Spring, will continue to be well represented with a community and nonprofit focus that really continues these great initiatives that you've started under your leadership. So congratulations and thank you.
Awesome. Councilmember Reamer, you want? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just joining. Apologize, but thank you, Jane, for just Silver Spring Impact Silver Spring has been one of the most cutting edge organizations in the county, and you've been at the forefront of all of our most critical needs, taking on the work in a way that few organizations are able to do. You have partners and you have a team that you build your campaigns with, but you have been a leading light and such a big part of our civic impact. And I'm really just grateful for your leadership. I think of leadership in the county, it's community leaders like you that make everything work. So thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to you, Jane. I know you work with a great team, and Michael will be coming in, but I want to thank them too, because you couldn't do it without them. But turn it over to you. Thank you for any comments.
Thank you, Councilmember Jawando and everybody for this incredible recognition and honor, which quite frankly was a little bit unexpected. So I'm deeply grateful. Serving as the Executive Director of Impact for the last 7 years has been a great, great privilege. But my relationship to Impact, like Councilmember Navarro's, goes back even before this time. I was an active member of the Impact Network under Frankie Blackburn's leadership. I was a member of Ronnie Galvin's leadership team when he was the director. So my roots and connection to this organization run long and deep. And I've done my best over the last 7 years to build upon the innovative work of my two predecessors, alongside a stellar staff team. And as Councilmember Jawando said, under the continued leadership of our dedicated and talented staff and our network of hundreds of resident leaders, I am confident that Impact will continue its important and necessary work well into the future. So while I've made the decision to step aside from my current role to make room for other leadership, I remain deeply, deeply committed to Impact's goals of advancing racial equity and justice in Montgomery County. So I'm going to continue to find ways to contribute towards building a county where every person has what they need to thrive. Montgomery County is my home. I've lived here for over 20 years. It's where my husband grew up. My in-laws still live here, and I raised my two beautiful children here as well. So my commitment to advancing this work in this county remains unwavering. So this is by no means a goodbye. You'll still be seeing me around, I promise you, in varying capacities. And so I look forward to continuing to work with all of you in the future. So thank you again.
Thank you, Jane. Congratulations, and we're glad you're going to stick around. Thank you, Mr. President. Turn it back to you.
You bet. Thank you so much, Jane. Stay in close touch with us. All right, next we have a proclamation recognizing Rosa Parks. It's, of course, Rosa Parks Week. Today, we recognize the late, great Rosa Parks and honor the legacy she left when she so bravely refused to give up her seat on an Alabama bus in 1955. This defiant act gives voice to millions in their fight against injustice and intolerance, and led to the Montgomery Bus Boycott, a boycott of city buses by 42,000 African Americans, which lasted 381 days, ending when the Supreme Court ruled that segregation on city buses was unconstitutional in 1956. Rosa Parks and her refusal to accept these blatant acts of injustice serves as a lasting symbol that one person can have an outsized impact on history. Her courageous act has inspired millions of others to take their own actions and help lead to a better nation. May we always keep her pursuit for justice in mind as we continue to work toward a more fair and just society. We're fortunate to be joined today by the former council member, the Honorable Cherie Branson from the Montgomery County branch of the NAACP, to accept the proclamation. Cherie, are you here? There we go. Why don't I, council members want to join me. Do people have the proclamation? No, okay. I'll read it quickly then. Whereas Ms. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks is an American hero, her courage and moral clarity in the face of bigotry and oppression highlighted the civil rights movement and inspired millions to stand up for fundamental fairness. And whereas on December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery, Alabama bus, and her silent, determined defiance gave voice to millions in their fight against injustice and intolerance. And whereas Ms. Parks' arrest sparked the December 5th boycott of city buses by 42,000 African Americans, which helped change the course of America. And whereas this act was called the Montgomery Bus Boycott, which lasted 381 days and ended on December 21st, 1956, with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that segregation on city buses was unconstitutional. And whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had formed the Montgomery Improvement Association and led to the mass movement of the bus boycott, propelling the nonviolent resistance into what would be called the civil rights movement. And whereas Rosa Parks' heroism that day showed that one person can change the course of history and inspire the change in the hearts of a nation. She's remembered as the mother of the civil rights movement. And during her life, she said, "I'd like for everybody to remember me as a person who wanted to be free." Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby recognizes December 1st, 2021 as Rosa Parks Day in Montgomery County. We urge all our residents to remember Ms. Parks' indefatigable commitment to a better world and her fearless will to battle injustice at tremendous risk to herself for the sake of the greater good. We must continue the movement toward a more fair and just society for all, presented on the 7th day of December. Thank you. Ms. Branson.
Hi, thank you very much. I'd like to point out that this county does have a Rosa Parks Middle School, which is a great thing. So we have honored Ms. Parks before, but on a personal note, I'd like to, remind people that following her actions in Montgomery, she was forced to leave her home. She had to relocate. She ended up in Michigan, where she had family and other relatives. And for many, many years, Ms. Parks was a congressional staffer. She worked for John Conyers in his Michigan office. So she not only sacrificed, she sacrificed for years as a result of taking this stand. She stood up, when, as the saying goes, when she sat down, she stood up for all of us. So, I thank the council, for recognizing Ms. Parks. I hope that the memory of her true sacrifice, not just the, Hallmark glow version of her life, is truly remembered, and that we all understand that leadership, the ability to make change sometimes comes at great personal cost. And Ms. Parks definitely paid the price. We should always remember what she did. On behalf of the Montgomery County NAACP, I want to thank you all for honoring her today.
Thank you so much, Ms. Branson. I'm so pleased to learn that Branch President Linda Plummer is with us as well. Linda, if you have any remarks you want to add, we're so glad you're here.
I'm not sure Linda's in a position where she can speak. Okay. That's the problem. But she is here. I just wanted to note that she is here.
Terrific. We're so glad she's here. Okay, well, thank you all so much for everything you continue to do every day to give us a better county and a better world.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I could just say one quick thing.
Councilmember Jawando.
So thankful, and I think it's important to point out that just this year, there's 12 federal holidays. Terry Sewell and Representative Terry Sewell and a few others introduced a bill to make December 1st a federal holiday in honor of Rosa Parks. And I certainly would love to see that happen. I think it'd be appropriate. So really thankful for you bringing this up, and glad we're able to honor her in this way. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much, Ms. Branson.
Thank you.
Okay. We're 10 minutes behind, but the new president will fix that. The next item is the election of officers, where we transition to new council leadership. As one of my final acts as council president, my team and I prepared a reflection video to capture all the great work this council body has accomplished this year. And I want to give special thanks to Joe Thompson, Genevieve Kurtz, and Dave Kuhns for their work on this. Before we play the video, I just want to recognize a few people who have made my term as council president especially fulfilling. I first need to thank my wife, Amy, and my boys, Sam and Will, for being a terrific support for me during this very difficult year. And thanks to all of my council colleagues for all of your partnership and your support and collaboration and advice during this very challenging year. I'm really grateful to each of you for your dedication to this county, your enthusiasm, and your shared vision to make our county a fair and just and welcoming place for everyone that calls it home. So to Council Vice President Albornoz, thank you for being a great partner and friend and sounding board over the last year. I'm very confident the county will continue on a strong path under your leadership in the year to come, and also grateful to former council presidents Katz and Navarro this term, and the other presidents, Rice and Reamer, who are here as well, and some who are no longer here, but stay in touch with me and have provided advice all year. And Craig's always getting me to turn off my button at the right time. Thanks also to Council's Executive Director, Marlene Michelson, and Deputy Director Craig Howard, all of our analysts, Bob Drummer, and our attorneys, our dedicated clerk of the Council, Selena Mendy Singleton, and her team, and our Legislative Information Officer, Sonia Healing, and her outstanding team, Sandra Marin, and her administrative staff, and LIS, and our IT staff, Chris Salar and OLO, for all of your support and hard work this year. We're on TV and we get the recognition, but we can't do our work at all without all your hard work behind the scenes. And to my remarkable team, Julio Maricho, Dave Kuhns, Sarah Wolf, Jill Ortman-Faust, Upneat Atwal, Genevieve Kurtz, and Eric Feldman, they all worked very hard overtime, more than ever this year while I was president. So thank you for bringing your bold ideas and your commitment to this work every day, and for working tirelessly on behalf of our residents. Thank you also to the countless community advocates for working alongside the council and helping us make better policy because of your feedback all this year. And to all of our residents, thank you for your engagement and your partnership in this process every step of the way. It's been a very intense period. I feel like I aged 5 years this year, but it's an absolute privilege to serve this amazing county, and it's been a tremendous honor serving you as your council president. I think we're supposed to go to the reflection video.
Thank you, council member. Preparing it now.
When I began my term as council president, it was important to me that the county council lead Montgomery County through a focused and effective recovery effort. So on my first day, I made a commitment that in 2021, we would work together to make Montgomery County stronger, healthier, more prosperous, more equitable and more sustainable than the county of 12 months ago.
I pledge to you that I will do my best to ensure that we work collaboratively, effectively, and respectfully to address the tremendous challenges we have ahead.
It's been harder than we imagined, but I am proud to say that the Montgomery County Council has upheld that commitment. None of us do this for recognition, but there were 3 moments this year that showed me we were on the right track. First, we were honored recently by Rebuilding Together Montgomery County, chaired by former Council President Nancy Florine, for our innovative policy work and record investments to meet our commitments to our ambitious regional housing goals. This council was also honored by the NAACP this year with their Community Service Award, recognizing our outstanding performance and unparalleled leadership on the NAACP's core issues, including efforts to advance racial equity and social justice and to reform our police. I was thrilled to hear the branch president say our council was the best council she had worked with in 20 years. Sure. And on the 1-year anniversary of COVID, Dr. Anthony Fauci joined our session to thank the Montgomery County Council for the leadership we showed as the Board of Health.
Look, this is a prime example of what we've had to deal with for this past year. Really navigating a new world when it comes to continuing to have Zoom meetings, but pressuring ourselves to take it to another level. Really when it comes to continuing to answer the call with new federal dollars that are coming in. There was always a twist and turn that was at the end of every single path we went down. And it was one that was difficult. But, you know, coming from Annapolis as a fellow person, we see that every single day in the General Assembly. And so having a person like you at the helm to be able to help us to navigate through that was incredibly important for us. One who understands what it means to have that end goal in mind. And understand that we're going to try and get there regardless of what's thrown at us and be able to push us across the finish line. Those are things that are incredibly important. As I talked about leaders before and talked about Jane Park, it's those kinds of things that matter so much for us as a body to make sure that we can continue to ensure trust, confidence from our residents in our county government. And I will just share with you this. When the White House comments on Montgomery County and talks about the great things that Montgomery County is doing, we should all be proud. And so being able to have the great things that have happened under your leadership as Council President Hucker, is just, you know, it's one of those things that I hope that once you now have the time to sit back and reflect upon, you realize just how much of an impact you have had on this community, this county. Each of us hope that in our roles as council president, it's not about the title. It really is about being able to make sure that this body is able to fire on all cylinders and do all kinds of incredible things. And I know that's what we'll see as a part of the video. But that is the proud moment. It is not about holding the gavel. It is not about setting the agenda. It truly is about what you're enabling all of your fellow council members to do. And you've seen the great work over this past year of what this council collectively has done. And that is a reflection of great leadership. So I want to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to your staff who has worked collaboratively with my staff as well as with other council member staff to really make sure that we could continue to work for our residents here in Montgomery County and truly make Montgomery County one of the best places to live, work, and play. So thank you, Council President Hucker.
Thank you, Craig. Council Vice President Albornoz.
Thanks. As we're waiting for the video to queue up, Tom, thanks for your leadership. I learned this year, as previous council presidents know intimately, this is not a ceremonial position. It requires a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of emotion. I want to thank you and your incredible both work family, but also your family, for the sacrifices all of you have made on our behalf this year. A lot of highlights, Tom, but some of the big ones are helping to ensure that we received the mass vaccination site, which was significant, and as everyone will recall, should have been something that was smooth, but wasn't. And I think the session that you held with public officials from our state was instrumental, and it was not a coincidence that only a few days after that did we receive that site. But of all the bills and of all the leadership you've shown this year, it's Ezekiel's Law that's my favorite. That was really remarkable. Just that is such an unbelievably tragic case and so unbelievably preventable. And it's policies like that that I think represent the best of this body. And it also just demonstrates your commitment to our community. So thanks for your leadership, Tom. We appreciate you very much. But know you got a busy year coming up, but look forward to your continued leadership. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gabe. Councilmember Novato.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will say the following. The council presidency, it's always about helping the body shepherd, to help shepherd the work of the body. And it is about making sure that the things that are required by law are being done, but also to solve and navigate, and troubleshoot. And under pre-COVID conditions, that is a tall order for a council that has a very generous charter and has to take into account and deliver on so many different policy areas, a budget that is never easy at this point, a $6.4 billion budget, land use decisions, and making sure that we stay true to the principles of serving every single resident in our county. So yes, sometimes I feel like, folks do see council members cutting ribbons or, celebrating certain things, and perhaps they think that's all that we do. But it is a very complex job. And so the presidency, under any circumstance, it's quite challenging. But a presidency during the COVID-19 days is extraordinarily something of another level. And I really do want to thank you, because I think, Councilmember Katz had to really face, without any warning, a presidency that was totally unprecedented. And we all held hands and we all worked together, and he led us through that year. We thought that by now things would be a lot better, and they haven't necessarily gone back to any normalcy. And you have had to shepherd the body through that type of uncertainty all over again. And so I salute you, because that is what leadership really is about. It's not when it's easy. It's not when it's comfortable. It's not when it's convenient. It's when you have to sit back and really think through what it is that you are going to provide as a roadmap for this body. It's also about protecting the institution, because institutions matter. And so having to juggle all of that is definitely not an easy thing. So I want to say thank you, to your team, your staff that has worked so hard to get have everything on point and collaborate and making sure everything happens the way it needs to happen. And your family, because of course, these unprecedented times has meant that we have had to juggle so many things, not just in the workplace, but in our personal lives as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it. Councilmember Glass.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. You have led us during the second year of this pandemic. And as we've had to globally, look globally and see the ever-changing nature of the pandemic, we've had to act locally in making sure that our residents are healthy and safe in coordination with that ever-changing virus. And you have ably led us during that time. Sometimes it's been akin to a Texas two-step, or the hokey pokey, one step forward, two steps back. And sometimes we have all been turned around as well, but we're here. And the proof is in the pudding with the best vaccination rates in the country, a testament to this council, this county, thousands of our staff, and and colleagues and partners throughout the county. And during this time, you have been the leader of the council. And so I appreciate that. And as we continue getting our county healthy and safe, I know that our constituents and our neighbors appreciate that too. So thank you. And also, I'll say that, I'm glad that you've gotten a COVID dog, and I hope that he will continue bringing you friendship and comfort as well.
Looking forward to our doggy play date now that I'll have more time. Councilmember Katz.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And Tom, thank you very much for your leadership. I mean, it's been said time and time again, but it can't be said enough. We sincerely appreciate your leadership and everything that you do. I know this is going to come as a shock to everyone, but being council president is not always fun. But, there are times that it is, but it's far from not always. And being the council president, you are the leader, but you're also somebody that learns every day, and you're dealing with 9 or 8 other people who have a few opinions every now and then and don't always agree with the exact pattern that you've chosen, or that they don't always have the same suggestions. And you need, as my mentor used to say, when I first got involved, there's times that you need to cut the board off on both ends. There's a time you have to say, okay, I hear you. Let me get back with you. Let me call, and we'll figure this thing out. And that's so very necessary, and especially in this job. But I tell you, Tom, you've lived this job so very well. But you've also learned how incredible the staff that you, for your own office, as well as the central office, Marlene, Michelson, and everyone associated with it. And it is so necessary, and I always talk about the puzzle fitting together. It is so necessary that puzzle fits together. Because if it doesn't, it really has issues. And how many nights did you get a phone call where your next line was, oh no, because you're involved in all of these types of issues, and then you need to involve us, but you're the first line of who gets to say, oh no. And so we all need to work together, and you, with your leadership and your abilities, have certainly been a light during all of this darkness. And I also have to tell you, one of the great things about being involved in this organization, not just from the leadership side, but one of the great things about being involved in this organization is the friendships that you build. And I can honestly and sincerely say, I appreciate our friendship. So as all the members of this council, I appreciate our friendship so very, very much. So with that, I turn it back to you. It's going to be one of the few times that you hear, Mr. President. Anyhow, thanks.
Thanks so much, Sidney. Very sweet. Councilmember Jawando.
Thank you, Mr. President. What a time to be in a leadership position. And one of my favorite quotes, there's many about leadership, is leadership's an action. It's not a position. And you have to step up into it. And on a body where you have 9 leaders, right? By definition of the job, being council president, being the leader of that body is a tall task in any time, but particularly when we're navigating uncharted waters. And to Councilmember Navarro's point, former council president Councilmember Katz had to step into that. I remember sitting in the room when we were talking about where we were going to have in-person meetings, and all of us were no one knew what they were getting ready to deal with. And here we are still on Zoom. And that's through your presidency, you've stepped up that mantle. You've dealt with COVID personally, right? And you've been very open about that. Your family, I think, as ours and other members, but that's tough with small kids. You've had to navigate through that. And I really appreciate the way you've, this may seem like a small thing, but it's a big thing, the way you've efficiently handled the meetings. That's one of the things that I've really enjoyed, is that we oftentimes, a meeting's ending saying we've saved a few minutes here. and that's important in a crisis to do that. And I also appreciate your ability to share leadership. what you did with Council Vice President Albornoz, including in the press briefings and as far as the planning meetings and all that. And while there's always been collaboration, I think this team took it to a new level and something that will continue. And I want to appreciate you for doing that. This is a tough job, and I think we got through it together. And I know there's a lot ahead, but you'll still help us as we continue through this next year in dealing with even more challenges. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your commitment to our county, and congratulations on a great term.
Thanks a lot, Will. Appreciate it. Councilmember Reamer.
Thank you, Tom Hucker, for a great year as council president. It has been a roller coaster. It really has. The amazing thing about the county council is you never know what is going to happen in a month or 6 months. You think you have an idea of what a year might be like, and it turns out to be completely different, and probably no more. That is more true for the role of council president than almost anything. And so first of all, just congratulations. I have really appreciated your relentless focus on accountability, particularly for the executive branch. This has been a year where we have needed to really just have a full court press to ensure that we are being effective in COVID. And as Vice President Albornoz said, working to ensure vaccination, that the state would step up its effort in the county, testing, supporting the implementation of special programs for our BIPOC communities. The list goes on. You have not shied away from holding the executive branch accountable to get the results that we all need, that the community needs. And I've appreciated that. And that has extended into other policy areas as well. We've worked hard to try to accelerate delivery of policy around the climate agenda. There are many areas where you have really just been leading on behalf of the council in very productive and helpful ways. So appreciate that very much, and look forward to continuing to work with you over the course of this year. And thanks for all your late hours and hard work. And as others have said, you certainly I didn't know what to expect exactly, but you did do a great job administering meetings. And that is a crucial job for the council president. Like, you do have to do that. And it's a little intimidating when you take over that function, of course, but it is a vital one. And so I think we've all appreciated that as well. So thank you for all of these and other issues as well.
Thank you very much, Hans. I appreciate it. Councilmember Friedson.
Thank you. Just echoing colleagues, just want to thank you, Council President Hucker, for your leadership this year, an unprecedented year. We never thought there would be such a thing as year 2 of the pandemic, and certainly we had high hopes that this would be the transition year, and unfortunately it wasn't, and it hasn't been. It has been a COVID year, and that continuation of this challenge, in many ways, the length of this crisis has been the hardest part of it. And that's been the hardest part for families and for our residents and for our businesses. And I think it's been the hardest part for county government. We all had plans of what we had hoped to do, and all of our plans had to be made secondary to keeping the public safe, had to be put secondary to continuing to navigate through what has been in an unprecedented time with an indefinite end. And really appreciate, to the points that were made earlier, your focus on accountability, not just of the executive branch and of county government, but of the state and of the school system and of every public entity, to make sure that we are as good in government as our residents deserve, that we live up to the quality of our residents, that we are as good as the community we serve. And I really do think that has been an important change to focus in on that. You've been relentless at times, which I certainly appreciate, and also on the agenda that you've put forward, particularly on climate issues. Been really proud to work together with you on the Green Buildings Now act to make sure that we are dedicating funding to help retrofit buildings to move forward on our climate crisis and all the other areas where you have led and where I have been supportive. It's been a great partnership. I know that part of the role will continue while you no longer will be yielded back time as Mr. President. I know that your work on many of the priorities that we all share will continue, and I look forward to working together with you on that. So thank you for your leadership, and appreciate your partnership, and look forward to continuing as we move forward.
Thank you, Andrew, and thanks to all of you for your very kind words. None of us succeeds by ourselves. We all succeed together, and I feel like we had a good year together because of all your support. I really greatly appreciate it, and it's been a great privilege serving you this year. Next item is I think we're ready for the video, Nick. We've been asked to turn off our microphones. When I began my term as council president, it was important to me that the county council lead Montgomery County through a focused and effective recovery effort. So on my first day, I made a commitment that in 2021, we would work together to make Montgomery County stronger, healthier, more prosperous, more equitable, and more sustainable than the county of 12 months ago.
I pledge to you that I will do my best to ensure that we work collaboratively, effectively, and respectfully to address the tremendous challenges we have ahead.
It's been harder than we imagined, but I am proud to say that the Montgomery County Council has upheld that commitment. None of us do this for recognition, but there were 3 moments this year that showed me we were on the right track. First, we were honored recently by Rebuilding Together Montgomery County, chaired by former Council President Nancy Florine, for our innovative policy work and record investments to meet our commitments to our ambitious regional housing goals. This council was also honored by the NAACP this year with their Community Service Award, recognizing our outstanding performance and unparalleled leadership on the NAACP's core issues, including efforts to advance racial equity and social justice and to reform our police. I was thrilled to hear the branch president say our council was the best council she had worked with in 20 years. And on the 1-year anniversary of COVID, Dr. Anthony Fauci joined our session to thank the Montgomery County Council for the leadership we showed as the Board of Health during the pandemic by over and over making science-based decisions to protect our residents, particularly our most vulnerable.
I am delighted to have this opportunity to congratulate and thank the County Council and community leaders of Montgomery County who have worked so hard in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic.
There is still so much work to do, but over and over, this county council has come together to make the tough decisions to keep our county moving forward. When the pandemic started, none of us had an operations manual for dealing with the worst health crisis since the 1918 flu or the worst recession since the Great Depression. I've tried to build on what we began under the leadership of Council President Novato and Council President Katz during this term, working together as one county to address problems and support our families and our local businesses and to provide the leadership that our residents expect and deserve. When I became president, COVID vaccines were not yet available, so the council, acting as the county's Board of Health, worked hand in glove with our public health team to issue one Board of Health regulation after another, all of which have kept people safe and saved lives. And then once vaccines were approved, Montgomery County was not receiving enough doses. So this county council worked together with our health team and our state and federal officials to fight for our fair share of doses for our 1.1 million residents, as well as to open the mass vaccination site in Montgomery County that we deserved. Once vaccines became widely available, Montgomery County's persistent health disparities created an equity gap in vaccinations, just as we had seen on the equity gaps in COVID testing last year. So the council insisted on the staff and the funding to make vaccine distribution equitable and accessible to every resident across the county, regardless of their zip code.
When vaccines became available, the council immediately focused on addressing inequities and ensuring all residents had access to the vaccine.
The council members shined in helping us really access the different resources that existed in the county and helped us to be more effective in getting that vaccine out to our community.
I want to especially thank Chair Novato and Chair Albornoz for their leadership, and all of our colleagues for our shared commitment to ensure that all of our residents, particularly our underserved communities, receive the public health assistance that they needed and that our programs were truly implemented equitably. As a result, we now not only have the highest vaccination rate in the nation for large counties, but we've significantly addressed racial equity gaps that we saw first in testing and later in vaccinations. I am so proud of the work that we have done with our health department and our community leaders to keep our residents safe. But helping our residents recover meant more than addressing the health impacts of COVID. It meant supporting families and loved ones of the county employees that tragically passed during COVID-19 and helping all those who were suffering. It meant working with our department heads and hardworking county employees during the most turbulent 2 years in a generation. It meant managing change and investing in our communities because we knew that we had to act urgently to address the challenges and opportunities. And it meant all of that and more because when I think back on this past year as council president, there's a common thread that ties everything together that we accomplished, and that is the leadership and the teamwork displayed by our council members and our staff. Over this past year, this council came together time and time again to set the direction for the county government and to address the greatest needs in our community. Our Government Operations Committee, led by Chair Novato, continued to provide strong fiscal oversight and leadership, including by recommending new fiscal policies to strengthen the council's control over future spending. These new policies help set us up to retain our AAA bond rating for the 48th year, a national record worth celebrating even more in these lean times. Our Education and Culture Committee, chaired by Councilmember Rice, led our work to get our kids back to school safely. Working with Superintendent McKnight and MCPS, this council has worked through many of the challenges that arose from reopening. And we're still working to address learning loss and to place mental health professionals in all of our schools.
As former student member of the school board, I appreciate the council working closely with MCPS to keep students and staff safe during the pandemic. I thank the council for listening to youth voices during these challenging times. Their strong focus on equity made them excellent role models of the leaders we need to be for our community.
Chair Reamer continued the Fed Committee's work to help our county achieve our critical housing goals by passing our new growth and infrastructure policy. And the committee has spent countless hours to move Thrive 2050 forward, our county's land use vision, past this pandemic and into the future. Councilmember Jawando also showed essential leadership not only to push to reopen our libraries, but as a Fed member by sponsoring policies and new funding to keep families in their homes and to help head off an eviction crisis. And I want to thank Councilmember Friedson for his work on Fed as well as the lead for our parks and his relentless focus to keep the lights on for our small businesses. Andrew's work as the voice of business helped stand up the new programs that this council used to invest over $80 million in business relief since COVID began. Montgomery County must also strive to be a model for 21st century public safety. So as the chair of the Public Safety Committee, Councilmember Katz brought together our public safety agencies and stakeholders to support our police and firefighters on the front lines, to deliver more transparency and accountability, to expand our mobile crisis outreach teams, and to keep our communities safe. Council Vice President Gabe Albornoz helped our HHS committee and our departments navigate critically important work to implement our health orders, our testing, and our vaccination plans. And from our partnership this year, I know Gabe has been through the crucible and is extremely well prepared to serve our county as the next county council president. And Councilmember Glass led our efforts to protect our most vulnerable residents, our homeless, during this unprecedented crisis. And his advocacy on the Transportation and Environment Committee helped keep our council's transportation policy focused on moving people, not just cars, and on allowing pedestrians and cyclists to get where they need to go safely. And as chair of the Transportation and Environment Committee, I've been really thankful for the support of all my colleagues as we made the critical transportation and infrastructure investments that we need to meet our economic goals. We also work to improve equity in transportation by keeping bus fares free for all of our riders whose average income is $35,000 per year. And we passed new policies and proposed historic funding to reduce our carbon footprint and address our climate emergency.
The council and the planning board have moved very aggressively to advance new plans and projects to create more affordable housing, to build better transportation infrastructure, especially for transit, biking, and walking.
This county council did all of this work and more to lead Montgomery County's recovery from COVID, and we still met our core responsibility to deliver a balanced budget, to take up many new policies, and to continue our important oversight work. Nothing in our core work is more important than the county budget. Budgets are moral documents, and that's never more true than during a crisis. Our $6 billion budget created a roadmap for immediate recovery and set us up for the long-term revitalization that awaits us beyond this pandemic. We fully funded the contracts for our tireless county employees and educators to make sure they knew we had their backs during this crisis. And we made new investments in mental health for our students, affordable housing, and improved transit, all while holding the line on taxes. Because our quality schools are core to our success, we were even able to fully fund our school budget as well as Montgomery College, and to provide municipal governments like Rockville and Gaithersburg and Tacoma Park with the support that they deserve. And even though we received a capital budget with a $100 million gap in it, this council managed to avoid proposed delays to the construction of Woodward and Northwood high schools, and to keep the Purple Line Tunnel on schedule as well. And once the budget was complete, I enjoyed sharing our accomplishments in meetings with all three rating agencies, each of which continued Montgomery County's AAA bond rating for the 48th year, which is a national record. But county taxpayers can't foot the bill to address all the county's needs by ourselves, nor should we have to. We deserve much more support from the state and federal governments. So that's why I organized a statewide coalition with Senators Van Hollen and Cardin, Congressman Brown and Trone, Treasurer Kopp and Comptroller Francho, and my council president colleagues from Baltimore City and County, Prince George's, Anne Arundel, Calvert, and Charles counties, as well as the NAACP, CASA, National Organization for Women, and leaders from all 24 jurisdictions to call on the governor to release a statewide stimulus package. From every corner of the state and from all walks of life who have come together for one purpose, to call on Governor Hogan to relieve the suffering by implementing a Maryland stimulus. Governor Hogan saw what we had built, and 20 minutes after we wrapped up our last rally, he announced $1 billion in relief for our residents and small businesses. I continued to work with leaders of the House and the Senate to improve that package and to get it onto the governor's desk for his signature. And later, I met directly with U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg and Congressman Anthony Brown to present the need for investments in smart, sustainable projects in our region, like the extension of the Red Line, completion of the Purple Line, expansion of our popular bus rapid transit system, and the CCT. Our budget efforts, like our response to COVID, should always be a team effort with our terrific partners at the state and the federal level, and this year they were. I am really proud of what we were able to achieve for our residents together. And because there's no place for hatred in our county, we called out incidents of hate and bigotry wherever they occurred, and we stood together with our Asian, Jewish, Black, Latino, LGBT, and faith communities. And after several years of advocacy, we successfully urged the Board of Elections to establish an early voting site in White Oak to ensure voters across the county have the same ease of access to cast their ballots. This has been an incredibly difficult year for all of us, but we also made serious progress, and that's a testament to the way our community has come together and supported one another during this time. This year, the Montgomery County Council has kept our county government on the path we committed to building a county that is stronger, healthier, more prosperous, more equitable, and more sustainable. But our work is not done. I know the entire council will continue working together on behalf of all of our residents. It's been a great honor to serve Montgomery County as the council president, and I could not be more proud of all we've achieved together. So thank you to all my council colleagues for all your hard work, your dedication, and your support through this year of recovery. Thanks, everybody. It's hard to remember we did all that.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks. And anybody who wants parts of that can easily be chopped up for your own sharing. So our next item is the election of president and vice president for next year. First, for council president, do we have any nominations? I will call on Councilmember Nancy Navarro.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you, Councilmember Hucker. and your team for leading through this incredible, challenging, but ultimately productive year. I think this video is a testament of everything that has been accomplished. And you're right, it's hard to remember all of that, and but it's wonderful to see it. So I now want to just say that it is my honor to nominate my friend and colleague, Councilmember Gabe Albornoz, to be the next president of our great county council. As we come full cycle, laden with challenges and opportunities for the future, it is just appropriate to have someone of Gabe's skill sets and temperament at the helm of affairs. In my 2019 presidency, I appointed Gabe as chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, even though he was a freshman council member, an act that was to prove prescient because the COVID-19 pandemic was unknown to us, lurking in the dark, preparing to unleash on our county and country unprecedented trauma and uncertainty. The HHS committee has been the busiest it has ever been, all because of the pandemic. And Gabe has handled it well by leading with innovation, energy, empathy, professionalism, and compassion. The coming year is going to be pivotal as we prepare for the coming of a new and expanded class of council members and continue to confront the challenges and opportunities before us. Gabe is uncommonly qualified for the job of leading the council, and so I nominate him to be the next president of our county council. Is there a second?
Or second? Councilmember Rice, seconds.
I was going to second, but usually these things are carefully choreographed, so I didn't want to intrude.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Typically, we don't do seconds, but I would like to second the nomination for Council Vice President Albornoz to ascend to the presidency, and to say everything that Councilmember Navarro said summed it up perfectly.
Yep. All those in favor of electing Councilmember Gabe Albornoz as the council president, please raise your hand. There we go. That is unanimous. Never forget to vote for yourself. Congratulations, Council President Albornoz. I will now turn it over to you for the election for Council Vice President. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Council President. I will first I will say a few words, but first I'll ask for a nomination for Council Vice President.
Mr. Council President, it is my honor to nominate Evan Glass to be the Vice President of the Montgomery County Council. I have some remarks that I would like to make about that, if now is the appropriate time. Thank you, I'll do that. So, first of all, congratulations, Gabe Albornoz. You've been a marvelous council member and vice president, and I wish I could vote for you twice to be council president. I'm really grateful for everything that you've done. It is my honor to introduce and nominate Evan Glass to be our vice president. Evan and I have gotten to know each other. We first met back in about 2005, so more than 15 years ago. It's a pretty long time. I was getting involved in Montgomery County politics, and I lived in the Silver Spring area, and everyone kept talking about this guy, Evan Glass. You got to talk to Evan Glass. He knows what's going on in Silver Spring. And Evan had taken it upon himself to organize a very diverse community, a very vibrant community in downtown Silver Spring, to form the South Silver Spring Neighborhood Association, which really was unlike any other in Montgomery County. He served as president of that association for a number of years, and it was just exciting to see. It was a sign of a growing, dynamic Montgomery County, a changing and progressive Montgomery County, and Evan was really at the forefront of it. Brought together condo owners and renters, folks living in affordable housing, people of all ages and all racial backgrounds, races. It was really a diverse community. He was also a CNN journalist, and while that may have kept him away from some issues, he was not shy about getting involved around pedestrian safety and transportation, supporting small businesses, all issues that he's continued to lead on since he joined the council. I have been really grateful for his leadership on a number of crucial issues: pay equity, the LGBTQ plus Bill of Rights. He's worked to expand composting, and of course, he's been our lead for homelessness and vulnerable communities, which has been, I know, essential for all of us to know that one of our colleagues is taking the lead on that really vexing and difficult challenge. We served together on the T&E committee, and I know how hard he fought to expand Kids Ride Free. And there's a lot of teenagers, including some in my household, who are grateful for that work, and it has changed their lives, I think, for the better. And we're all grateful to you for that. So he has continued his leadership on pedestrian safety. He's got yearly town halls he's been doing around Vision Zero, and you're going to bring all of that to your work in as Council Vice President. So thank you for putting your heart and soul into it. You've also been providing yearly LGBTQ plus Pride event awards, and you're the first openly gay council member. And that means a lot. It's a real sign of success and progress for our community. And now you're the first LGBTQ plus vice president. So thank you for making history and inspiring so many young people as a role model. It's important for everyone to see themselves in leadership in the county. So our community's proud of you, Evan, Councilmember Glass, and I'm very personally proud to nominate you as our next vice president.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Katz. All those in favor of Councilmember Glass's nomination as vice president, please raise your hand. And that is unanimous among all those present. Evan, it's too late to turn back now, my friend. So congratulations. I will make some comments now. We are obviously running way behind this morning. And after I make those comments, I have a quick announcement to make that will hopefully get us back on track with regards to the schedule. But I want to first thank Councilmember Hucker for your service this past year as council president. You ably led us through the second phase of the pandemic, and your leadership in so many areas was instrumental in ensuring that the county was well positioned to weather the challenges, both big and small. We have a parting gift for you, my friend, made of the finest wood in Montgomery County. And thank you so much for your leadership. I will present this to you in person during our recess at lunch. But thanks again for your work, Tom.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to my colleagues on the council for the confidence you have placed in me to lead as president this year. For as long as I've served, I've been deeply impressed by your passion, intellect, and resolve to help our county move forward. And that's what makes me doubly humbled to serve in this role with all of you. I look forward to serving with Council Vice President Glass as the first council member to serve in leadership from our LGBTQ plus community. Evan is making history, and I look forward to working with him to make progress on our entire shared agenda, including our work to fully live out our values as an inclusive community. I'd like to thank my office family, Joy, Maida, Lily, and Beth, for your support and outstanding public service to our residents. And of course, I want to thank our central staff and support team for your continued leadership. And I commit to doing my best to support all of you this year and beyond. I'd also like to take a special moment to acknowledge some professional and personal mentors, people like Ike Leggett, Chuck Short, Lori Kaplan, Karen Brito, and Nancy Navarro. I try to model my leadership after yours every day. And among the millions watching at home today is my family. I want to acknowledge my mom and my dad for their sacrifice, for their apoyo, for their amor. Here we go. They taught me the important principle that it's nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. And while I am very proud to be called council president, the title that matters most to me in this world is dad to my 4 really awesome kids and husband to my incredible wife. Catherine, Alicia, Paul, Mateo, and Teresita, you are the reason I breathe. And I love you with all my heart. Whew. Changes in leadership give us an opportunity to reflect as we sit at the crossroads of the past, present, and future. This year will mark the 4th and final chapter of the 19th County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland. The first 3 chapters each have enough content to write several dozen books, or given our society now, several million tweets. Our challenges have been well documented, but worth recalling. They include addressing the local fallout of the longest federal government shutdown in history, navigating the greatest test to our public health and social safety net in more than a century, living through one of the most consequential awakenings on the subject of racial equity since the civil rights movement, and confronting the toxic aftershocks of the most contentious presidential election in modern times that led to nothing less than an insurrection and an attempted political coup. You know it, you lived it, and you know there's much more that we could discuss. But despite those challenges, the leadership of this council, in partnership with the executive branch and private and nonprofit sectors, helped us weather this storm much more successfully than other communities. We have the highest vaccination rates in the country. We have prevented more than 7,000 evictions to the point where we are at pre-COVID levels. We have passed historically significant legislation to address racial inequities, economic stability, and climate changes facing our environment. I'm proud of our accomplishments and leadership these last 3 years. But as we reflect, I think we'd all agree that many of the events of the past year have felt disorienting, tragic, and exhausting. As we look at those challenges with some of the clarity that comes from hindsight, the work that remains to be done comes into focus and brings us to the present. Another variant of the virus is circulating. Crime is at a sobering level. Our local economy, which was stagnant prior to the pandemic, remains deeply impacted by it. Our first responders, teachers, nurses, social workers, and many more are overwhelmed and exhausted. And the mental health of our entire community, but especially our most vulnerable, including our seniors, children, youth, caretakers, and our parents, is a significant cause for concern. I am confident that we will meet this moment with resolve. The moral compass of this and previous councils has always been pointed true north towards just social policies and the relentless pursuit of the common good. However, it's one thing to have a true north and another to make sure the ship survives the journey. The county's fiscal health is far better than we predicted at the start of the pandemic, but we must heed the red flags, such as inflation, unemployment, and our still recovering small business sector. We also must be prudent in our future spending as we prepare for the upcoming capital and operating budgets. We must balance bold and principled policy initiatives with fiscal responsibility and think about their long and short-term consequences, both intended and unintended. We must work together with our executive branch and key stakeholders to take a holistic and sustainable approach to fully recover from the pandemic and address long-standing inequities that existed prior to it. I promise to fulfill my duties as council president and, most importantly, ensure that we stay on course. As we look to the future, there are policy initiatives I plan to pursue during my tenure as council president that I think are critically important to the health of our residents. We must close the gap on health disparities in our community. We have long known that these disparities existed and have worked hard to resolve them. However, the pandemic shone a spotlight on the communities where these inequities already existed, along with daunting public health barriers, too often with tragic outcomes. Closing the gap means we must meet people where they are by expanding telehealth and telemedicine opportunities and mobile care capacity. This will allow us to go deep into our diverse communities, ensure healthcare is not only delivered, but delivered in a culturally appropriate manner. We must pursue the ability to share data among providers so that they can provide holistic care to all patients. If we take these steps and make this a priority, I believe we can achieve a great deal. Equally important is the mounting strong fight against hunger in our community. Right now in Montgomery County, more than 100,000 residents are at risk of hunger, and 41,000 of them are children. While our county's food security response during the pandemic is nationally recognized as collaborative, strategic, and innovative, we must transition from the emergency food distribution models that proved critical during the pandemic and during the crisis, and transition to tackling root causes of hunger and building a sustainable approach. All families should have the opportunity to grow food in a garden, shop at a grocery store or farmer's market, or purchase ready-to-eat food. The fact that we can make this vision a reality while also supporting local farms and small businesses and protecting our natural resources is a bonus. Montgomery County is blessed with tremendous strengths, robust food assistance network, a strong nonprofit sector, and government leaders dedicating to ensuring that every child never has to worry about their next meal. We have arrived at a point where I believe we can boldly state that we can end childhood hunger in our community in the next 3 years. As council president, I will work with our partners and stakeholders to make this vision a reality and work with all of my council colleagues to announce a path forward in the new year. I especially want to acknowledge Councilmember Jawando, who will be working with me on this effort along with all of my colleagues. I often think of our 1.1 million residents as a constellation of stars in the sky, each one bright with its own story of resilience, sacrifice, and strength. I think of the teacher battling through exhaustion to continue to guide her students. I think of the small business owner working hard to provide for her family and supporting her employees. I think of people like Dr. Mike Greenberg, a physician who helped hundreds of providers and families in the developmental disability community navigate the pandemic. I think of people like Grace Rivera-Oven, a community leader who saw the devastating impact in her community and organized to establish a social services hub that's helping thousands of residents get basic supplies, but more importantly, receive love and hope. These stories fill me with hope. While the last 3 years have been unimaginably challenging, I have never been more optimistic for the future of our county and prouder to call it home. I am hopeful because of all that we have been able to achieve the last 3 years, and the video did a really good job of summarizing it. I know that the resolve of this council will move us forward. We will meet this moment. We will move forward to ensure that our county remains one of the best places in America, and frankly, the world, to live, work, worship, and raise a family. For all who choose to call Montgomery County home. I accept this nomination humbly, and I look forward to working with all of my colleagues on this chapter that remains ahead. Thank you all so much for this incredible, incredible, and humbling honor. Thank you. All right. Already have one pivot here that I want to announce to my colleagues. We are going to move item 4 on the agenda to later in the afternoon because we have a closed door session with a tight timeline that we have to get to. And now we will move on to our general business. Madam Clerk, do we have any announcements?
Good morning, Mr. President. Congratulations, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President. We have no announcements today, and the council has not received any petitions. That's all.
Thank you so much, Selena. I think Selena could play for the Washington Nationals with how many curveballs she's learned how to hit over these last year and a half. And I look forward to working with you, Selena, very much. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Council members have received the minutes of October 19th, 25th, and 26th, as well as November 2nd, 8th, 9th, 6th, and the 18th. Does anyone have any changes? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. We will now move on to the consent calendar, but before we vote, there is an update to item 2E, the special appropriation to the county government's FY22 operating budget, Department of General Services, $150,000 for CASA Workforce Development and Citizenship Center. Councilmember Novato and I were originally listed as lead sponsors. Now this is a full council action. Can I get a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second. Okay, Councilmember Rice motioned, Councilmember Reamer seconded it. All those in favor, please say, or discussion. No discussion. All those in favor, please say, raise your hand. I just said, please say, raise your hand. So
I raised my hand.
There'll be a few bumps in the road, so bear with me, everybody. but thank you so much. Which moves us to item number 3. The council will now go into district council session. So, yes.
Mr. President,
Councilmember Hucker.
I had sponsored the proposed ETA. This is an important issue, but the more I learn about it, the more I believe it would benefit from a little more research and dialogue. So I hope to address it in the future, and I move to withdraw this ETA.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your hands. Oh, this is going to be a roll call vote. Excuse me. So, Ms. Nadeau, if you could please call the roll.
Mr. President, the clerk will call the roll.
Thank you, Ms. Clerk.
Mr. Friedson?
Yes.
Mr. Friedson votes yes. Mr. Jawando?
Yes.
Mr. Jawando votes yes. Mr. Reamer?
Yes.
Mr. Reamer votes yes. Ms. Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Mr. Hucker?
Yes.
Mr. Hucker votes yes. Mr. Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. And Mr. Albornoz?
Yes.
Mr. Albornoz votes yes.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. And again, we are moving item number 4 to the afternoon so that we can get to our closed session this morning. The council will now consider a proposed closed session. I need a motion to meet in closed session to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending or potential litigation pursuant to Maryland Code General Provisions, Article 3, 305B8, and to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice pursuant to Maryland Code General Provisions, Article 3, 305B7. The topic is national opioid settlements. Can I get a motion?
So move.
Moved by Councilmember Katz, seconded by Councilmember Hucker. All those in favor, please say aye, or please raise your hand. Thank you. That is unanimous. We will now go adjourn to closed session. Thank you, colleagues, very much. You should have the link in your calendars.
Acre Botanical Garden features both low